Continuing on with E3 talk, we brought Jeff in. We brought him out of retirement. He did one show with us a long time ago. Happy to have you back, Jeff.
Thank you.
Let's get your thoughts on the new Nintendo Wii U. What do you think so far of this system?
So far, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
I think with how many Wii systems there are out there, sort of a reclaiming, as you were, of the living room. A lot of the comments that I have been reading and watching video on from E3 and interviews with the bigwigs at Nintendo, it seems like a real good thing. Really natural.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's funny, like you and I were saying, that when you see Nintendo come up with something, it's kind of like you think, oh yeah, it kind of makes sense how they're combining like a handheld controller with the new system, and of course HD
finally. And I say that though, especially with the Nintendo Wii. When that was first announced, I remember I was in 3D class in college. I was a high achiever taking those crazy video gaming courses, and we were all looking at the controller and we were like, what the heck is how? And then when we see it actually working, we're like, this is quite amazing, something different. And I'm kind of getting that feeling right now with the Nintendo Wii U. With we have a controller that has a 6.2 inch screen right in the middle, and I'm kind of getting that's a little bit crazy. But then, you know, learning to deal with how Nintendo does stuff, always so innovative, I'm like, yeah, I can see it. I can see what they're going to do with this. One of the coolest things we saw out of E3 was that you can be playing the game on the TV, and then somebody walks in like Pops and wants to put on the baseball game, and he's kicking you off the TV, which I've had to deal with for years and years of growing up. When he kicks you off, you can start playing the game on your controller, on your 6.2 screen, which I think is pretty genius, in my opinion.
Yep.
And I know my girlfriend would probably appreciate that too, because I always hog the TV space these days. But another innovative system, the Nintendo Wii U. Did they any release date windows, or I think was it 2012?
They're just right now. It's just a year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how these things kind of go. They just kind of throw the year out there, and it'll probably be like December 22nd, 2012.
Yeah.
But the other cool thing that I was reading up on for HD was the Super Mario Brothers Mii, where the game obviously will be in HD, have more detail, but you'll be able to create a lot more detailed Miis, and they're going to incorporate that into a Super Mario game.
Oh, yeah.
So you know, think what you want for that one. I mean, make yourself, make your favorite TV character, your favorite other video game characters, and put them into a Super Mario game, breaking blocks and eating mushrooms and as yourself or whatever you want, with a lot more detail. So I think that's one thing that's gotten a little bit better with 3DS Miis. You can get the details starting to get a little bit better. So I could see with this being, you know, you're basically making an avatar and it's going to be into games.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And then there'll be like avatar packs where I think you mentioned Darth Vader or Solid Snake or so. You just imagine all the cool stuff you could see there, and just playing that Mii character in a Mario game. I think that's inevitable. That's going to happen too. Yeah. That's going to be a lot of fun, man. The Wii U, I can't wait for this, really. It's just, Nintendo is just such an innovative company, always coming up with new things that make you scratch your head. And then they just they're game changers. They're absolutely game changers. What they did with the Wii system, bringing old people got playing the Wii, people with disabilities playing the Wii, families, it just brought everybody into the living room. And it seems like with this system, they're continuing on with that. Also with this controller, you can set it right down on a table, and we saw some of the E3 press conference where they would be like playing a board game or something at top and bottom with the controller. There's also augmented reality things that we can do with this controller, and just innovative stuff from Nintendo, man. They constantly do it. Now, a big thing, any guesses on how much you think the system's going to cost?
That's the tricky part.
Yeah.
And I think knowing their past, they've never been too high end with their system launches, and they're in almost every living room now, right? So if they make it reasonable, it could be huge, right? Like if half the Wii owners want to pick it up first day, I mean, it's going to be a circus, right? So they know what they're doing. You know, the Wii and its popularity when it exploded on them. I mean, I was in the industry. The first 3 weeks, the Wiis were in stock, you know, and it wasn't until people started playing it and brought their friends over and the expanded market got their hands on it that it really exploded. So, and this time around, they don't have to do that, right? They're out there. The Wiis are already in almost every living room. So, to come up with a system that's Wii-like, so it's not another complete do-over. It's an enhanced Wii, so it'll replace the Wiis that are out there. So, you know, just part of more of their smart business plans and business budgeting.
Yep, definitely some genius going on at Nintendo. Pretty much ever since day one. They've had some failures with products, but the old VR machine and all that. But I mean, they've been highly successful, obviously, over the years. What do you want to see Nintendo learn from their new release of this system?
I would like to see more systems at launch. From being through the wars of the last few generations of systems, something a little bit more substantial at launch and launch window would be great.
Absolutely, I think that's fantastic. Thing that I'd like to see done as well. It was so hard to get a Wii back in the day. I hope they change that for sure. A thing that I'd like to see at the launch is Nintendo has a lot of kind of shovelware games that go straight to bargain bin. This is coming from a personal standpoint, not necessarily a Nintendo business standpoint, but I would love to see a higher bar for quality of their video games. I mean, we have like amazing games, and then we have some games on the Wii that are just almost appalling. Sounds kind of rough, but as a developer, I really want to see the overall quality of their games hit a nice standard that I don't think we saw with the original Nintendo Wii. That's my personal standpoint, and not so much Nintendo standpoint, but I'd love to see that. But either way, this is going to be a fun, exciting system. It's a little bit different though with the screen. I hope it doesn't throw people off and you know, throw off the mom and pop shoppers. But I think we might have another winner on our hands from Nintendo. This is a really innovative, fun-looking system that's doing new, great things. Nintendo Wii U, is it for you? We gotta wait till like 2012 to find out, but it's gonna be fun.